Barcelona's sun-baked Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper crackles with anticipation as Hansi Flick, fresh off his summer arrival, makes the first bold stroke of his tenure. The buzz echoes through the corridors and across the manicured pitches. Flick has reached into La Masia's storied youth vault and plucked two young gems, Pedro Fernandez Sarmiento, affectionately known as Odro, and the fleet-footed left-back Joffa Torrents to journey with the senior squad on the upcoming Japan tour. It isn't merely a roster announcement, it's a statement of trust from a coach whose every decision will shape Barcelona's new era, and this opening gambit promises to reshape the futures of two hopeful teenagers. According to Sport Insiders, the news was delivered personally by Flick on a quiet Sunday afternoon, his voice carrying both warmth and authority. Dro and Joffa were summoned one after the other to a private briefing in the indoor training facility, where the scent of polished hardwood mingled with the distant thwack of balls against rebound boards. They learned they would board the charter flight on Thursday bound for Kobe to face Vissel Kobe in what will be Barcelona's first friendly match of the summer. For these academy graduates, the flight ticket wasn't just a seat in business class, it was a passport to possibility, a tangible reward for weeks of unrelenting effort. Since the first whistles blew at the start of pre-season, no fewer than 9 Barca Athletic players have toiled alongside the first team, sharing locker rooms with established stars and chasing shadows in high-intensity drills. Each dawn found them lacing up boots in fading twilight, then sprinting across dew-dropped grass as the horizon blushed with the promise of another arduous day. Their singular aim, to bend Flick's discerning eye in their direction and earn a place on the travelling roster. And yet, for every training ground hero woven into the tapestry of senior sessions, only 2 threads would ultimately be chosen to weave into Japan's unfolding narrative. Competition has been merciless. Barcelona's senior squad bristles with world-class talent, a constellation of champions whose reputations cast long shadows across every drill and scrimmage. Flick, ever mindful of balancing ambition with realism, warned from the outset that only a handful of academy hopefuls would be invited to don the Blaugrana colours on foreign soil. The message was clear: work hard, stay humble, but prepare for heartache as well as triumph. In the echo of every whistle, the stakes were raised. In every sprint, the margin for error shrank. Last week alone, the young hopefuls endured 10 grueling sessions, each pushing their bodies and minds to the brink. Some mornings began with pre-dawn endurance runs along winding trails surrounding the training complex, where the chirp of cicadas accompanied their laboured breaths. Later, double session days blurred into a seamless swirl of ball mastery drills, precision passing under the glare of floodlights, and tactical walkthroughs designed to mimic matchday chaos. Between drills, they hunched over ice baths or grimaced through hamstring stretches, muscles humming with fatigue, minds locked on a singular question: did I do enough? Throughout this crucible, Flick and his coaching cadre observed with hawk-like scrutiny. They tracked GPS data to gauge distance covered, timed shuttle runs to benchmark explosive power, and scrutinized each touch, each turn, each decision in simulated match scenarios. Were these youngsters sharp in possession, relentless without the ball when pressured? Those who wavered found their names omitted from private reports. Those who thrived saw recommendation stamps affixed in bold type. By Sunday, the dossier had been distilled to its finest, and 2 names rose to the surface. When Flick rang Dro's number first, the teenager was halfway through a quiet dinner, the clink of cutlery pausing mid-air as he listened to the words that would pivot his life. A few hours later, Joffa's phone lit up in his parents' living room, and the room erupted in joyous disbelief. But even though celebrations were tempered by Flick's reminder, more could follow later in Japan, but only if injuries or extraordinary form demanded it. For now, Dro and Joffa stood alone, the inaugural academy duo, to earn this summer's golden ticket. Dro's journey has been one of adaptive brilliance. Last season, he split time between Juvenile B and Juvenile A, weaving between squads like a chameleon changing colours. Operating in congested midfield corridors, he danced past markers with tight rope balance and seared forward with an eye for vertical passes that pierced defence. His flair drew whistles from coaches and gasps from teammates, yet it was his silent hunger, the grit behind the glitter, that earned Flick's nod. Now, The boy who once chased shadows on the training ground will stride onto Kobe's turf under the same spotlight that once seemed unreachable. Jofre Torrence, by contrast, has spent his formative years mastering the left channel, his lean frame cutting through spaces with effortless poise. Among La Masia's pantheon of fullback prospects, he stood out for clinical interceptions and a habit of bursting forward into attacking funnels as naturally as a swallow dives into water. Coaches speak of his intelligence, the way he senses danger before it materializes, the timing of his overlaps so precise they appear choreographed. This Japan trip will be his first taste of senior-level match exposure, a chance to match feet with seasoned professionals and return with lessons that textbooks cannot teach. As the charter jet taxis on the runway, Dro and Jofre will board not just as Academy hopefuls, but as Barcelona ambassadors, carrying the weight of history and the hope of an entire youth system. Their first friendly against Vissel Kobe will offer more than minutes on the clock. It promises a collision of dreams and reality, where every pass, every tackle, every breath will be scrutinized by fans hungry for the next breakthrough stunt. And for Flick, this trip is a proving ground too, a chance to demonstrate that La Masia's future can unlock new chapters in Barcelona's pursuit of glory. So when the sun rises over Japan on match day, keep your eyes on number 27 and number 33. Two teenagers whose stories have been years in the making, whose futures now hinge on 90 minutes of football under unfamiliar lights. Will Dro's creativity cut through the opposition's lines? Can Jofre's defensive acumen withstand the senior-level onslaught? The answers await, and with them, the next twist in Barcelona's ever-evolving saga. What unfolds next could reshape careers, reignite fan dreams, and remind the world why La Masia remains football's most enchanted workshop.